Everybody Loves Raymond's 30th anniversary reunion unfolded not as a simple nostalgic glance back at a beloved sitcom, but as an emotional, raw, and deeply human tribute to the child star whose absence was felt in every inch of the recreated Barone family living room. Sawyer Sweeten, the gentle, funny, bright-eyed boy who played Geoffrey Barone and whose life ended far too soon. From the very first moments of the reunion, filmed on a meticulously rebuilt version of the classic set, there was a strange mixture of joy and heaviness. The surviving cast members, Ray Romano, Patricia Heaton, Brad Garrett, Monica Horan, and Sawyer's siblings Madylin and Sullivan Sweeten walked onto the stage with warm smiles, embodying decades of shared history, but you could sense a quiet, emotional undercurrent they were all carrying together. As they settled in, swapping stories and revisiting the early years of the show, fans watching could feel the closeness that still exists between them. Ray Romano recalled how the twins' natural chemistry lit up the screen from the very beginning, explaining how Sawyer and Sullivan were the heartbeats of the set. Patricia Heaton reminisced about the days when the boys, barely toddlers at the time, would run around backstage, always giggling, always curious, always stealing scenes with wide-eyed innocence. But the reunion shifted when Ray paused, his usually playful tone softening. There was a visible stillness in the room. He said, "So Sawyer is no longer with us, and we miss him." And in that moment, the veneer of a celebratory TV special dissolved, replaced with something real, vulnerable, and deeply felt. The camera lingered on Sullivan Sweeten, Sawyer's twin brother, whose eyes welled with emotion. Sullivan spoke softly, haltingly about the joy they shared on the set as children, how they used to play tag between takes, how the prop room became their private playground, how the bleachers where the studio audience sat felt like mountains they could climb. He said, "A lot of my happiest memories happened right here, and it's hard, because everything I remember Sawyer doing, I was right next to him." Madylin Sweeten added her own voice, a voice full of both heartbreak and purpose. She talked about the years after Sawyer's passing, about the grief that often felt impossible to articulate, and about the unexpected wave of support from fans who reached out to say Sawyer's story helped them confront their own darkness. She spoke passionately about the family's ongoing commitment to raising awareness for mental health and suicide prevention, not out of obligation, but out of love. Her message was clear. Remembering Sawyer means helping others who still have a chance to be saved. What made the tribute so powerful was how seamlessly it blended with the cast's shared memories of the sitcom itself. The show was always about family. Not a perfect one, but a loud, messy, loving one. And now, years later, the surviving cast had become a family bound together not just by the highs of success, but by losses that left permanent marks on their hearts. The reunion also honored the other beloved cast members who are no longer here, Doris Roberts and Peter Boyle, who played the unforgettable Marie and Frank. Clips flashed across the screen. Marie fussing over Deborah, Frank delivering deadpan jabs with perfect timing. Their presence in the montage brought bittersweet smiles, but also a reminder of how many pieces of the original Barone family are now gone. Ray Romano and creator Phil Rosenthal addressed a question fans had been whispering about for years. Would there ever be a reboot? Their answer was gentle but firm. Without Sawyer, without Doris, without Peter, the show simply couldn't exist in the same spirit. Ray said, "We were a family, and our family isn't complete anymore." The room, the cast, and the viewers understood. Some things are too sacred to recreate. As the reunion continued, lighter stories resurfaced. Funny mishaps on set, forgotten improvisations that became iconic lines, moments when the twins stole scenes simply by being their adorable, unpredictable selves. The cast laughed through tears as they remembered Sawyer insisting on wearing cowboy boots during a shoot, or how he and Sullivan once swapped places mid-scene and no one noticed until playback. Behind every laugh was the ache of absence. This made the reunion feel less like a television special and more like a collective grieving process. Public, yet sincere. Intimate, yet shared with millions. Viewers at home took to social media expressing that they cried, that they felt the loss, and that they appreciated the honesty. Some shared their own struggles, inspired by the Sweeten family's courage to speak openly. Toward the end of the tribute, Ray Romano shared one of the most touching sentiments of the night. He said that what made Sawyer special wasn't just his talent or his timing, but his presence. He said, "That kid walked into a room and made it brighter without even trying. It wasn't scripted, it wasn't polished, it was just truth." Then came the moment that left the entire audience silent. A full-screen photo of Sawyer Sweeten appeared. His gentle smile, his sparkling eyes, his youth frozen in time. Underneath, a simple message: "In loving memory of Sawyer Sweeten." No dramatic music, no narration, just love and loss, captured in a single image. As the final minutes of the reunion unfolded, the cast spoke about the long-lasting impact of the show. They talked about how fans tell them Raymond felt like family, how the characters helped them through tough times, how the sitcom provided comfort in a chaotic world. And in that reflection, another truth surfaced. Sawyer's memory is woven into all of that. Every rerun, every laugh, every episode carries a piece of him. The reunion ended not with applause, but with warmth. A message of hope, a reminder that grief is not weakness and that no one should ever suffer in silence. It was a tribute not only to Sawyer, but to every life touched by the show, every family shaped by love and loss, and every person watching who needed to hear that they're not alone. And so, as this emotional journey comes to its close, remember this: the legacy of Everybody Loves Raymond lives on not just in the jokes or the iconic episodes, but in the hearts of everyone who loved and continues to love the people behind it. Sawyer Sweeten will forever be a part of that legacy, forever that bright, gentle presence who made millions smile. Make sure to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more celebrity updates just like this.